A few years ago, I went on a very interesting vacation. My two friends, Max and Moritz, they suggested we should book a last-minute holiday in the sun. And maybe you wonder, do I really have friends that are called Max and Moritz? No, I have not. I have friends and they are called Max and Max. And you can imagine that that leads to confusion every now and then, so I want to spare you that interesting vacation part today. So Max and Moritz wanted to book the typical summer holiday where you go swimming and you have a beach and sand, all that. And yeah, in the sun, of course. However, I prefer city trips. So I said, let's make a trade-off. Let's go to a city where we also have sun. Let's go to Madrid in Spain. And those of you who have ever been to Madrid in August, you know what happened. Not a single local soul is left in the city because it's way too hot, and everyone that can escape the city escapes, except for us, because we were so amazed by the cheap hotel prices. We really thought, lucky us. So there I learned the first lesson. You should consider the trade-off you're making, like research a little bit before you do it. But positive vibes only. We were really excited to go to Madrid. None of us has ever been there, so we wanted to plan our trip. We wanted the perfect experience of people and food and culture and everything. But Max and Moritz were still busy with an internship, so they didn't have time to plan anything. I was the lucky one to do the group planning. And I had a lot of ideas, and I wanted their opinion on my ideas. And guys, what's the worst answer you can get when you ask other people for their opinions on your ideas? It is, I don't care. I trust you. Do your thing and we'll be fine, right? Because it's incredibly difficult to make decisions on behalf of a whole group. Everyone has different expectations and interests. So could I really do my thing and they would also like it? No, I couldn't, because I said, let's go to the Royal Palace. And Max already disliked that idea. Somehow not enough to come up with an alternative. So we went there, and he's there, he puts in his headphones. He literally ran through the Royal Palace, not looking left and right at the amazing exhibitions. Yeah, and he was done after like 15 minutes, had to wait outside in the sun, 40 degrees Madrid, for 2 hours, because Moritz and I really enjoyed it. Yeah, he was really frustrated and he complained that this was a very useless spend of time and money. And there I learned my second lesson. I shouldn't take this, I don't care, as an answer. So from now on, we needed to make decisions as a group. But let me tell you, we were exceptionally bad at doing that. A simple thing such as a dinner reservation became really difficult to handle for us. And funny enough, for once we all wanted the same thing and we knew what that was. Nice local food, not too expensive, and a nice place to sit. But we managed to end up in the tourist traps all the time, where you pay way too much for this Spanish dish of kebab. And maybe you think we learned out of that, right? No, we didn't. We somehow always repeated that mistake. And there I learned a third lesson, that just because everyone in the group knows what they want, it doesn't mean that it's already sorted out. But we actually also had a lot of fun, because this doesn't seem like it. We went to nice museums that we all liked, and we went to a lot of different parks. Oh, and we will never, ever forget to bring sunscreen again. Because when everyone thinks the other person will take care of it. But no one takes care of it. You can learn two things here. Either that communication is key, or that you should never, ever trust someone in your life again. And while I'm sure you take away a lot of travel advice now, this talk actually represents a collaboration. And I'm here today to talk about collaboration, because collaboration is not a one-size-fits-all approach. What do I mean with one-size-fits-all approach? Please, Raise your hand if you ever started a collaboration by doing a meeting. A lot of us, yeah. And please raise your hand again if you ever felt that this meeting was a bit unproductive or useless, maybe even annoying. Wow, I feel like more people are having their hands up than before. But yes, me too. But again and again, we start our collaborations with meetings because that's what other people do. And that's what we did last time. And I think when we don't even consider another way of starting a collaboration, we are treating it with a one-size-fits-all approach. And it's no wonder that we are doing that, because research is sometimes doing the same. In my bachelor's thesis, I investigated the role of collaboration in the circular economy. And for those of you who don't know what circular economy means, it means to move away from a take, make, dispose economy towards one with product circularity. Less waste, basically. So what's the role of collaboration in that? Guess what I found? Half of the papers I analyzed, they did not treat collaboration as a unique tool it is. They just sometimes said, you have a problem, you should collaborate. I think that shows that collaboration becomes a routine. And the example I gave before with the meeting, well, there are lots of other examples. I think we trap into this quite often, that we treat collaboration as a routine. So let's raise the awareness. Let's together imagine something. Imagine you're sitting in that meeting we just talked about. And imagine it clearly, because I have some questions for you later on. You have that meeting, and you know your group task is to write a report. Immediately, someone suggests you should split up the work. And you all agree that worked nicely last time. And when it comes to splitting up the work, it gets a bit difficult. You want the nice part to write yourself, and you want that others have an equal workload. And then nobody wants to write a conclusion because you would be dependent on others, and it gets a bit frustrating. But on top of that, the group splits up into two subgroups, where the ones are discussing their weekend plans. And the others, they want to start working but cannot because you still didn't figure out how to approach that group report. And it gets more frustrating. And I think I don't even need to tell you that the option for synergies is long gone before you actually start working. So imagine you're a part of this group. What should they have done differently? You can't just think for yourself. Should they even do something differently? Should they have established group rules or come to that meeting prepared or have a moderating person? My point is that no matter what you think, you are right. And that is because collaboration is not a one-size-fits-all approach. What worked well last time might not be what this new situation needs, but also the other way around. So next time you face one of those thoughts that we just imagined, try to implement that one thing you had in your mind today. And maybe you wonder, what did I have in my mind now? I'm not going to tell you, because I'm not here to tell you the rules of collaboration. I'm just here to make sure that we treat collaboration as the unique tool it is. And I'm going to make sure that you will forever remember that. Collaboration is like a vacation. Before we go on a vacation, we are excited, we plan. Do we go by car or by plane? Will we go to a hotel or a campsite? Is it going to be a city trip or a beach trip? And maybe it doesn't work out the way we wanted it to be. But that doesn't mean you suddenly hate vacations, right? You would learn out of your experiences. And you would not travel to Madrid in August again. And the same thing holds for collaborations. They are a journey. So next time you come together, remember that. When you discuss and you share your thoughts, remember that this is a new collaboration and it's a unique one. It is a place you have not been to before. And also there are probably going to be new people on your team. People value goals very differently. Some, they want to climb the highest mountain, while others, they want to enjoy a drink in the sun. And some want a good grade or a promotion, while others, they just want to get it over with. So we need to learn from our experiences in a way that makes sense. What I mean by that is, how ridiculous would it be to travel from Groningen to Amsterdam by plane? Just because last time I traveled from Groningen somewhere, I also took a plane. We need to learn from our experiences, and we need to treat collaboration as the unique tool it is. And we need to move away from a one-size-fits-all approach, and we need to move towards a travel somewhere new approach. Over the last few years, I had a lot of time to think about the reasons why this vacation I told you about in the beginning was a bit of a pain. And I think I found the reason. We treated it as a routine. In fact, this was the first vacation that we did without our parents. And while it was clear to us that our parents are not going to be there, we did not adapt our responsibilities and our expectations. We treated this holiday with a one-size-fits-all approach. We treated it as the typical holiday with parents who know Madrid in August is too hot and who make dinner reservations on time and who will never ever forget to bring sunscreen. But we need to bring our own sunscreen and we need to make our own decisions. And whenever we collaborate, we need to treat it with the travel somewhere new approach. Thank you.